This is it. Life on the road. This is my home now. A tough 200 series Landcruiser paired with the ultimate off-road Ozflex Caravan, giving me everything I need to live off the beaten path. In my first week of van life, I went from Picton, exploring the Marlborough Sounds, then down to Nelson. In this episode, I head south and inland to Lewis Pass to escape the wild west coast weather. I get out in the bush for my first hunt on the road. From here I head to the east coast and south to Christchurch, where I spend a few days resolving caravan power issues. Then I head further south again to meet up with Tom and his family to do some fishing in the canals. And stay tuned for a caravan walkthrough later on in this video. Just arrived at Marble Hill campsite in Lewis Pass. There's a bit of snow on all of the higher tops and it's a bit bloody chilly around here. So I'm just going to go back up, grab the caravan, drag it down and park it up in a nice sunny spot for the morning. Not bad. Nice way to start the day. What an absolute stunning morning in Lewis Pass. The weather's beautiful, but it's not meant to stay this way. It's going to rain a little bit this afternoon according to the forecast. So I'm thinking I might try to get out for a hunt this afternoon. Get out for a hunt this morning. It'd just be nice to get out for a walk while the weather's so good and while I'm in Lewis Pass. Looks like it might be a little bit more snow up on the high tops this morning than when I pulled up last night. Ran out of power again this morning in the van, but I think that's my doing by leaving the inverter on all the time, which is then running the Starlink overnight as well, and I don't need it, so I have to turn that off and see how I go tonight. Fingers crossed a bit better. Right, coffee time and then out for a hunt. There's a chopper landed right here at the campsite. It's really random. Wonder what that's all about. It must pick people up from here and take them up for scenic flights or something. Okay, he's dropping hunters off up the valley. Not tourist flights, hunters. You're going up to those snowy tops, chasing chamois, I'd imagine. Time using the new zoom lens that I bought just 2 days ago while I was in Nelson. It's epic. It's just a lower budget one, but such a good zoom range, and from what I can see there, their footage is pretty damn good, being able to follow the chopper at such distance. Haven't been able to do that before with this good Sony camera, so I'm really looking forward to being able to zoom in on some stuff. Don't know how much I'll carry this lens into the hills, but it's not huge, but it is a bit bulky, so we'll see. But it would be great for getting some footage of deer. Finally out for a hunt here in Lewis Pass. I was following this trapline track along, and it runs along next to the river, which has a heap of flats, grassy flats. So I might just follow this for a wee while. just following this trap line, mainly because it just runs along the bush edge, which was quite handy, and also the bush is quite thick and shit. So I've just spotted a deer across the river. Just walked behind a tree, but it's about to come back out again, so I'll be able to put the new zoom lens to the test and then maybe shoot it. It's always annoying when they don't drop like that. To be fair, I could have done with her quartering a little bit more, but I felt good on the shot with how she was standing, so I decided to take it. So if it wasn't a good shot, then that's on me, but hopefully it was, and hopefully it's through the lungs and she's just run off 30 metres and gone down. Wasted about 45 minutes trying to push through this big swampy bit, which I seen it on the way around. It's like a little lake in the bush, and then it's just surrounded in all this terrible swamp. I obviously went a bit low trying to go up and around it, and ended up right in it. So went across a heap of swamp stuff by walking on fallen trees and rushes, and then ended up right at the lake and had to backtrack. It's terrible. Oh, it's horrible shit. So thick and nasty. Right. Work my way down around lower and hopefully I can find a way out. Otherwise, I have to see if I can find my way to the river. Rookie era. Thank goodness for that. Back on the track. Oh, that was a nightmare. Oh, I've had a really good look around for the last 45 minutes in the pitch black. I can't find her or where she went. I've looked on the camera at the footage several times to see which direction she ran off, and I've got the direction perfect. Like, I know exactly which direction she ran off from where I shot, but I just can't find anywhere that she went. There was no blood where she was standing when I shot. Hate moments like this. I don't know if I've hit her or not. Don't like to just leave an animal if I have, but if she's not down here and I've got no way of finding a track to track her, then I'm wasting my time. So I'm going to have another quick little look and then head back to camp, I think. Not impressed with myself. due to popular demand after episode 1, come for a walkthrough tour of my caravan. It's an Ozflex Extreme 21 foot model. This is my new home on wheels, my gateway to adventure. It might be small, but it still feels quite spacious. I really love the black and white interior. The layout utilises the space really well. The cabinetry has a nice finish, and there is loads of storage, which was an important factor for me when I was searching for the perfect caravan. Handy things like these little cubby holes next to the bed, room for your diary, book, and plenty of charging ports. The bed has $1 million views if you're parked up next to the beach or at the base of the mountains. It has loads of lighting, as well as 2 skylight hatches. One key item for me was a large fridge freezer. Next to that, also very handy, is having plenty of pantry space. To ensure I could save as much meat as possible when I've been hunting, I've got a 274 litre Thetford. I couldn't forget the coffee machine, of course. It takes up a bit of bench space, but is well worth it. As a 3-burner hob, 2 gas, 1 electric. Below that, the oven and grill combo. The bathroom has a Thetford cassette toilet. Plenty of storage in here for the towels, toiletries, and a big full-size mirror. A matching black bathroom sink, and a wall-mounted soap dispenser. I even have a 3.5 kg washing machine for washing the laundry, and a large shower for washing me. This is quite spacious, and I have no problems at all showering in here. There is heaps of room. There is loads more storage under all of the seating, and also under the bed. Speaking of beds, the table folds down to make a second bed from the couch. There are no shortage of power points, charging ports, or lights throughout the caravan, just like there is no shortage of storage space. There is a roof-mounted heater and aircon unit, 2 12-volt fans mounted above the bed for summer, and under the bed a diesel heater for keeping warm. The BM Pro display allows me to operate the lights, my water pump, monitor my tank levels, see how much power I'm using and how much power is coming in from my 920 watts of solar mounted on the roof. Next episode, I'll do a full walk around tour of the outside of the caravan. For now, let's get back to van life travels. I have been absolutely bleeding money again today in Christchurch. I've bought a new Honda generator as my backup when I struggle for power again, as it seems that's going to happen. I bought a new Shimano spin rod and reel for fishing in the canals over in Twizel later this week. I'm meeting a friend over there in a few days, and we'll do some fishing in the canals and lakes. I also had to order a new DC to DC charger for the Landcruiser to send power back to the caravan when I'm towing. Mine is buggered, and I didn't sort it before I came down here because I thought I'd probably not need it, but it turns out I do because I'm struggling for power. So I've ordered a new DC to DC charger I've also got the auto electricians having a full look over the Caravan just to try work out how I'm losing so much power during the night, because it's not really making sense to me. I don't feel like I'm using enough power through the night to be drawing my batteries down when they've got good charge at the start of the night. So between today and tomorrow, a lot more money spent. Story of my life at the moment, but once I've got a few more things out the way, that should be the end of the spending for a while, other than diesel. That's a constant. But I'm staying in Holiday Park again tonight in Christchurch. I do still need to sort the Auto Sparky stuff tomorrow and work out where I'm going to go from there. At this stage, the plan is to work my way down south over the next few days to get set up in Twizel or Tekapo and meet a mate there for some fishing. If you catch a fish, I'll put you on YouTube. I believe so.
That'd be nice, eh, Jax?
I thought I had a snag, but I've got a good fish on.
Yeah, that's a good fish.
I thought I was hooked on the weed.
That's a nice rainbow.
Got some bloody sweet teeth in them. Fair first fish. First fish in the canals. Pretty much my first fish ever, so pretty wrapped with that on a soft bait. Maybe 4 or 5 casts. So
Be a good 10-pound.
wrapped. Beautiful.
Beautiful backdrop.
What a morning. And we got a salmon earlier.
He didn't give you any warning either, did he? Just
I thought I was snagged. I was like, caught in the weeds, so I gave it a couple of yanks and then it took off and I was like, oh.
big smile.
Good on you, brother.
Cheers,
You
mate.
should take one and send it home to the kids and say, look what I got.
Yeah. you want a photo?
Borrow your fish.
Yeah. Woo!
Reese thought he had caught the bottom.
Oh my goodness.
That was my snag.
That's a slab, eh?
Gee whiz, what is it? A trout?
Big trout. Yeah, we just stopped for a lot. We drove right down that lake and we thought we'd just stop under the salmon farm and have a quick flick. It's like his 4th cast.
Wow.
That's why we started those.
Escape or we'll die. That cow's got
Are you gone?
Bloody good. Might have gone a bit overboard on the basil pesto, but pretty damn good.
Salmon, eh?
knocked over a tractor and ran for the door.
Look at that butter.
Out on the floor. The run cows run.
Tastes like butter with a little hint of salmon. I've had a few questions about what I do or what I did for work, and I'd like to cover a little bit of that to clarify for you. So I used to be a control room operator for all of the larger gas pipelines in the North Island, and we also operated an underground gas storage facility. When I handed in my notice and quit my job, I offered to still work for the team there and cover on the panel when people are taking leave and they're a bit short. If I'm up there in that island in the area and there's a decent amount of work, a week or two's work. They also asked if I would rebuild and restructure their training program to be a little bit more suitable for the job at hand. So I've been doing a bit of that work while I've been on the road, just with the laptop remotely, which has been great. And shortly I head back up there to start working with their new employees and just train them on the panel, or assist with training them on the panel and put the new structure of the training program into use. So that's a very short, quick backstory of what I did do, what I'm currently doing, and then in 4 to 6 weeks I'll be done with that and I will have no work, which I'm looking forward to. I don't want to work for a while. I just want to focus on the things that I really enjoy focusing on and the things that fill my cup, which is just living this life at the moment and being able to capture it and present it to all of you who want to watch it, who are interested in it. So if you have any more questions regarding that, feel free to fire them away. Don't be shy, whatever you want to know. So back home, before I sold up, I had a lifestyle property, a 1 acre piece of land with a house and some sheds and chickens and ducks and some sheep and a big orchard and veggie gardens, and I lived quite self-sufficiently on my little block. It was neat, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of work, but I did love it. My work for my full-time job was, as I just described, as a control room operator. I also leased a small farm which I ran some beef cattle on, and I also ran an online retail business from home. So I had a lot going on, and this is very vastly different to life 2 months ago. I no longer have a million tasks to complete every day, and my list isn't growing longer and longer the more things I do. I get to just focus on a few key things every day that I really want to do based on the area I'm in and the goals I have for that week or that day. And it's quite nice, it's quite freeing, it's quite liberating. It's satisfying not to be overrun with far too many things to do and just live the life that you want to live. It's great. I do so far thoroughly enjoy it, and I want to just keep doing that. I don't want to work for the next year or so. I may find something I want to do, and if that's the case I will do it, but at the moment I'm not going out of my way to find anything to do. I am in a good position. I sold my house, I sold my business, and financially I'm okay for quite a while to not have to worry about looking for work, which is great. I just want to focus on things like this, doing YouTube. It's been really cool so far, just in the really short time that I've been doing this. The feedback I'm getting from people about how people want to do what I'm doing, or would like to do what I'm doing, or are currently trying to plan to do something like this and escape that usual 9 to 5 grind. Another sparrow's fart start. You tired?
A bit.
Just raring to go and catch a big fish. Unsuccessful morning fish. Wasn't much happening at all. It was very quiet. Didn't have any strokes. Gonna have some breakfast and then probably head up where I got my rainbow trout yesterday. Have a bit of a look there. At least there's some flow up in that canal. This canal has no flow at all, so I think they might be a little bit more active on the feeding than the ones that have some flow. So for now, a feed and a coffee and warm up because it is blimey cold.
Breakfast I've had this week.
Yeah. No fish. Seen that rainbow trout swimming in the shallows. Hopefully got some cool footage of that. Put a fly in front of it and a soft bait, but no luck. So going to move, go have some lunch somewhere. But what a cracker day. In the next episode, I head off looking for a new campsite.
and I dragged the caravan to the base of some mountains where I'm able to head into the hills and hunt some tart. So stay tuned for episode 3 to see how I get on.